When the Horus Heresy line was initially announced, I was quite thrilled because of finally having in my hands a wave of Imperial Fists Marines and in Mark III power armors, and for the great quality of the painting. Then, when I finally got them in hand, I mean, they are beautiful, but where is the inking for my rivets? Armor is yellow, but the promo art all has rivets that are inked. JOYTOY. Hence misleading promo pics. You were lucky that I can fix the problem on my own. And so today we will look at our 4 legionaries that compose the tactical squad, standard boxes with some cosmetic differences, but I don't think that we are going to get any surprises. So let's dive into the heresy and its cool figures. Our legionaries use the Mark III armor, an improved variant made for close-quarter fights, trading some agility for the increased frontal protection. It has a nice retro look compared to the more recent 40k units that I really like, especially because we now have rivets, a lot of rivets. Today it is time for our simple grunt legionary to volunteer and show us how the packaging works. Do not expect any radical changes for the other figures, besides the obvious differences about the loadout. I love the chunky armor, and finally we have a bolter of different type, a few hands options, a pistol and 2 holsters. I can say that this figure comes under-equipped at all. If you are used to 40k intercessors, these have similar articulation, so forget about any T-poses because of the pauldrons, but you can still put them into nice running and firing scenes. The rivets will definitely benefit from the washing, as I said. There are so many that you cannot make them pop up. So I used my Tamiya brown panel liner to give them a slight shade all around. Nothing incredible, but I am happy with the result. A great improvement in my opinion. Besides the rivets, armor painting is quite good. The yellow has nice dark shadows and also a subtle dirty texture all around that makes the overall look quite irregular. I don't know if the camera will be able to capture it, but be aware that it is not just flat yellow. We can't say that our tactical squad is going to battle unprepared. Even for a group of transhuman cannon fodder, there is plenty of variety and customization options for all tastes. Moving into the Sergeant now, there is not much difference in the armor, it's still Mark III, while instead we have a nice crested helmet with a red band in the middle of the face. He also has a bare head, but I love the Mark III helmets too much, so that is not really an option for me. It is armed with a bolt pistol and a powersword, nothing fancy, and, before I forget, even a bolt rifle. All other figures are pretty similar, changing in minor aesthetic details only. The other Sergeant has an open power fist that can be used alternatively for hailing friends from afar and slapping enemies in the face. Armor painting is still nice, the yellow has nice shadows and also a subtle dirty texture all around that makes the overall look quite irregular. This is a common trait for all the Imperial Fist releases of the Horus Heresy. I don't know if the camera will be able to capture it, but be aware that the color is very nicely textured. Then we have the cool backpacks that seems almost steam powered. Not really a with a nuclear reactor, and those exhaust and armor plates are super cool, and again we have rivets all around. I am probably biased at this point, but Mark III armor is my favorite armor design for Space Marines. It is bulky, has plenty of rivets, very practical helmets and a nice painting scheme. They definitely look like belonging to a bygone age compared to the 40k armors, but this is probably what I like the most. What do you think about it instead? Do you have a favorite armor style in Warhammer? The Legionary with the Legion Vixilla has a cool banner fixed on top of the backpack, soft plastic with well painted inscriptions. Pretty to the point, no strange pictures, just a skull, the number 7 for the Legion and some cool gibberish. And that's really all that we can say about them. They are the guys that fill the ranks, kill enemies and are killed by enemies. There is so much fun in the destiny of transhuman soldiers in a dystopic future. So we have our band of brothers ready to pose on our shelves. But how do they compare to the other figures like their 40k Millennium counterparts? Well, the Legionary Mark III armor is quite comparable to a normal intercessor, while being slightly shorter than a Gravis armored guy. The Chaplain Consul will be reviewed in one of the next videos, but he is of hero scale and equipped with Mark IV power armor. Side to side they look quite nice. And if we include the Imperial Fist Praetor that we reviewed a while ago, you will notice that the Praetor is also on hero scale and he also blends in perfectly with his lower brothers. As a bonus, let's add the Breacher 2, which is only different in equipment. Armed with a big shield and some energy weapon, they are all, at all effects, normal tactical marines. At the end, if you are building your Imperial Fist army for the Horus Heresy, these are for you. You need troops to fight in the Siege of Terra and other iconic events. Very good quality, only lacking washed rivets in my opinion. Since they are the first of this mold, they may be a bit more expensive than others, but during sale events they should be easy grab. Having said that, have a nice rest of the day reenacting your battles, and before you leave, drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new.